so slow? Why so slow? Hey, I'm unfa. I'm an electronic music producer and sound designer, so I work exclusively with open source software and Linux. This is a monthly live stream. This time it's the first one of 2023, and as an exception, it is taking place on a Saturday. Usually these are always on the first Sunday of each month, but this time the schedule is different. Hello! Is there audio? Everybody can hear me? It seems so. Yeah, I figured out where was a little bit of noise coming. Background noise was from John. John the Bard is gonna join us real soon. Today we'll be doing some drum and bass, probably. John has made a little starter project using Air Windows production drums inside of an LSP multi-sampler. And that is a preset that SG75 has created and shared it with the community. So I think I'm just going to show you the project. Right. We have the drums. This is what John made. And this is all playing through. B Music says it will crash. Yeah. Honestly, I had the LSP multi-sampler crash order a couple times, but it was the direct in-out version. And this is the stereo version, so just two audio outputs. Maybe that's going to be better. Anyway, this is Air Windows production drums. It's a preset by SG75. Sorry. We have lots of people with letters and numbers like X42, SG75. I'm sure there's more. So this is a little bit of snare, kick. Lots of stuff. And every single instrument has layers. So it's not just, you know, not just one sample per instrument, but it's 8 samples for different velocity levels. Here is the velocity, the threshold, like for what velocity this is used. See, this is also, yeah. One thing that I had to change when loading this preset is the MIDI notes, because they were all default 57. You can see a bunch of them are still 57. So I think I'm gonna maybe try and assign something. I don't know, try and do 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. I'm gonna... Okay, so this is now saved in my presets, so we can have a little bit of fun with the drum kit. So that's a tom. I don't even... So one tom is here. Another tom is here. Is there a low tom? No. We just have 2 toms. Oh, wait. This must have been a crash or something, because it's... Win VST, not lead. Wait, this is VST? No, this is LV2, man. Is that sampler available for WinVST? Oh, it's not available for Windows, unfortunately. I think the creator of Linux Studio plugins, this suite of these plugins, is intending to make them available for Windows at some point, but it's a lot of work, and so it's not there yet. Plus, they can be drafted to go to a criminal war anytime, so it's kind of hard because LSP developer lives in Russia. So we really can't be sure what's going to happen, unfortunately. I think maybe the DAW output is a bit too loud. I'm going to turn it down. What do you say? It's a bit loud. Maybe this is going to be better. This is better. This is better. I can also turn my compressor. Oh, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Oh, this is sidechain threshold. Yeah, that's gonna work better. Or maybe. No. Yeah. So now my speech should duck the DAW output more. Okay. So what we have here is some basic chords that John made. And there is a sidechain bus that the chords go into. And then we have a synthesizer that just creates. B-Music asks, is Sadko watching this? I don't know. He could be. I've been announcing the live stream in my community chat multiple times, reminding today, and I've seen Sadko around, so he might be. I don't know. If you are here, Sadko, let us know. So this is a sidechain trigger. This is fed into the LSP sidechain compressor, this one here. And this is ducking the chords. We can turn down the threshold and turn up the ratio to make this more exaggerated. Yeah, but something we can do is use a little bit of a different plugin. And I want to Air Windows production drums is one thing I want to tackle today, but also not invented here plugins, which are the work of Robert van der Helm, who is also the developer of Bridge, and he's involved in the clap audio plugin format development. And he's made a couple very interesting and unique plugins. One of them is Spectral Compressor. Let's create a MIDI track. I'm gonna go for Vitalium. No, maybe not, because it was crashing out recently. Let's go with Surge. My criteria for using plugins. What's gonna crash out or less? I'll call this bass. Where's the root note here? A. We could copy the chord MIDI pattern and just steal some notes from it. And this is going to be the bass line. Right. Now we're just going to make it interesting with spectral movement. Oh, I need my Royal Surge skin. Oh no, there is no Royal Surge skin here. Why? Maybe I should be using the VST version, you know? So I remember that LV2 version of Surge have had problems. Let's try. Yeah, that looks more like it. Okay. First, let's go and shift ourselves an octave down. Now, an interesting thing that we can do, let's maybe start with some FM. Can make this wobble a bit. Let's sync it to the tempo. Make it a bit less. I'm going to middle click to go back to the macro assignment mode, or rather modulation assignment. Okay, I like that better. And now maybe let's go with another LFO. We have another operator. Let's go and make it a little bit of a different frequency. Okay, middle click. Now let's sync this one to tempo as well. I'm gonna middle click to go out of the modulation assignment. All right, John is here. Hi, John.
How you doing? There I am.
Oh, nice.
Wait, oh yeah, I think the reason you couldn't find the Surge X or the Royal skin is because I think your VST is normal Surge and not Surge XT.
Surge also had that patch. I mean, it existed in Surge before Surge XT.
Yeah.
And I have Surge XT marked as favorite, so I think I probably picked that one because it's in favorites, and I think I went from, or maybe I picked the wrong one. That is very much possible.
Yeah. Hi everyone. Also, I realized those chords are supposed to be in G minor, but they are in A minor. I don't know how I did that, but that's all right.
Oh, I'm gonna correct your exposure.
Oh, he says up my oh, let me turn up. I have a mic control. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
That should be better.
Oh, you're now a little bit more bright. Welcome, John. We missed you.
How you doing, everybody? I switched back my microphone, so hopefully I'm not a sea of keyboard noises this time.
Ah. It should be better, yes.
Let's switch these sides.
Let's see if the octave is better. Oh, we have a we have a chord here. I'm gonna make the patch monophonic, so there is no way we're gonna have that. By the way, John, maybe you want to turn up your gate threshold because I have a little bit of a bleed from your headphones. Okay. Now what we could do is maybe distort this a little bit. I want to create a little bit of a dense harmonic texture so that we have... Okay, that's... Can also add a little bit of a notch filter. These always make awesome
Just testing
sounds.
my gate.
Yep. Tempo sync. Let's go with that. And the band pass, the classic duo. This one was go with 12 decibels per. Oh, but this is the global effect, so I want to put it here. I think we're high passing. I want some multiband compression on that, and What better multiband compression than LSP? I see that John dropped off. I think he's got technical issues. Les technical issues. Gonna keep an eye out. Okay. Stream paused. Okay, if the stream paused, then I think I'm streaming fine. So maybe it's YouTube that has issues, or it's somewhere else in the line. Right, LSP multiband compressor. It is an insane 8-band multiband compressor. Attack dB is the threshold, but we need to first set the ratio. Well, crap. And so that's the first crash. And it wasn't the sampler, it was a multiband compressor, so I don't know. And my special cool thingies didn't even work, so that's disappointing, honestly. Well, at least Ardor has decent crash recovery. Oh, I think that's it. I think we're done with the project. At least Ardor decides that, or LSP, I don't know. It's like if you ask developers what is causing the crash, everyone says that the other guy's work causes it. The DAW guy says it's the plugins, the plugin guy says it's the DAW. Okay. Let's see, maybe if I don't recover from crash. I don't know if I'm gonna have the option, because it's possible Ardor just, you know, applied the recovery and it's no longer an option. I don't know. Okay, we have something. That's nice. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds like our patch. That's good. I'm happy. Cool. Maybe I'm not gonna touch it too much. Just gonna wait. Control D for duplicate. Yeah. Right. So what we can do with Spectral compressor. What is going on? And also, yeah, everything went to shit. Here goes my family friendliness. Okay, let's take bets. Are we gonna reach double-digit crash number before the end of the stream? Is there an autosave, or shall we remind you? No, there is an autosave. I mean, I'm also saving manually. Okay, so LSP multiband seems like a no-go because it crashes everything. let's just go with spectral compressor. Actually, we probably could use spectral compressor. Spectral compressor. Yes. Yeah, that's the newest version. So spectral compressor does crazy things. Let's open Spectacle. I'm actually going to have two instances of it. Put one before the spectral compressor and put one after it. So we will have preview of what is. So it would be best to have one instance but two channels. But I don't know if I can route this properly. Okay. So this is spectral compressor. We have upwards and downwards compression. What it does is it basically uses fast Fourier transform to split the incoming signal into individual frequency bands, 20 to 20 something thousands of them. And then it applies compression on each of them individually. And then recombines that, it pretty much resynthesizes the sound after that. So we can achieve some crazy things. Let's maybe loop our bass line. It seems like it's turning down the bass. And this is the spectrum compression part. So we should see we can tilt the oh, there's a threshold also. We should probably play with the threshold. As you can see, it's pretty much like applying a threshold in the spectrum. The highs right there are not affected. I don't know, maybe I should go back to Ardor 6. It seems like we're not gonna have a good time today, are we? Why is everything crashing Ardor? That's a good question. Okay, I'm gonna see chat. It seems that John dropped off and is nowhere to be seen. I think, he's running Gen 2. I'm running Arch, so everything is possible. Okay, let's see. Try crash recovery. Is it gonna crash right after recovering or not? Well, it seems like we're back. Are we back to the spectral compression thingy, or we forget that it existed? Okay. So spectral compressor. Maybe I'm gonna scroll so that I can see a little bit of the track from below. Right, the threshold. I wonder what is window overlap. I think it's averaging. You can change the amount of latency this introduces and the precision of the FFT analysis. Higher precision should let us do more precise compression. I will try and turn everything into white noise, and oh, nice. Okay, that's good. Ah, right, there's our slope. So in addition to compression, we also have something like a tilt EQ. But actually it's not an EQ, it's changing the threshold. So we can change the threshold along this frequency spectrum, which is quite crazy. Oh, I see we have a countdown to another crash. Right, but the even crazier thing is that we can give this a sidechain input. So let's take the chords we have. I'm gonna maybe, or we can, yeah, I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. Oh, yeah, so I'm gonna, okay, it doesn't, yeah, routing. Why? Okay, so it's, why is this going on? Okay, some weird things are happening. I want to add another audio port to this sidechain so that I can grab both outputs of the chord track. Yep. Okay, which one is which? Maybe it's that. I think it's that. Okay, now we should be getting the chords. All right. Now there is a mode: pink noise, sidechain matching, or sidechain compression. Sidechain compression is what we would assume, so that whatever comes in is pushing our thresholds, and let's see what that does. Now we have stereo. This is pretty crazy. And this is sidechain compression. We can also do sidechain matching. And I think this should do something opposite. So it's like whatever is not present in the input, it should discard. Let's see how that will sound. So you can see window size determines our precision. Welcome back, John.
Perfect.
It seems your camera exposure is down again, but
I bet it is, yeah.
that's
I
the
don't know
least of
what
our
happened,
problems.
because I could connect to myself on my phone, but I couldn't connect to your video room. But now I'm connecting to your video room again.
Huh.
So, no clue what happened there.
Well, I can't connect to my phone in my room sometimes via Wi-Fi, so... Usually I have better bitrate from you than from the phone that's like 30 centimeters away from the router.
So do you use the Ardor provided from Arch?
I'm not sure. I think I'm using the official build.
That's interesting. 'Cause you get way more crashes than I do. I like
Really?
never get crashes in.
It's wrong way up, so maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I have so many versions of Ardor, I'm kind of not keeping track anymore.
Rob says he blames System D. I mean, I'm running OpenRC, so it might be, that's clearly the stability issues. Anyway, all right, so where were we? I've missed a lot trying to, because I figured the issue was on my end, but I just couldn't. Anyway.
So what I have is I made a little bass in Surge. I'm gonna mute Spectral compressor. Bass sounds like this. And now I'm playing with Spectral compressor using your chords as sidechain input to get this.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, crazy, but a little bit too crazy. It's not very controlled.
What you could do is, my chord patch has a lot of unison. I found when I was making a track with this that no unison really helped the chords themselves shine through.
Yeah, and I'm so pissed because I programmed this light show and it's not working.
Oh, and it's worth mentioning, I forgot about this because it had been so long. I have that Arch VM so that I can connect to RustDesk, and I started an update on it because our RustDesk wasn't working, and then everything broke.
Oh.
So we're gonna blame the Arch VM update, which, mind you, nothing's running in. Completely unrelated to this live stream. But Arch updates are just that powerful.
I did an Arch update today, but Ardor was crashing just as well before I did that, so I don't know if that has any impact. I was working on some sound effects for Liblast, the game I'm working on, and I've had Ardor crashing constantly whenever I was doing stuff with Vitalium. That's why I didn't use it today and went with Surge. Let's see, where were we? Okay, that sounds familiar. Good.
Yeah, I don't know. It has to be something on Arch's end, because Ubuntu Studio's been perfectly stable for, like, as I would expect. And then Gentoo's been surprisingly good to me. But I can make pretty complex projects. This sounds really cool, by the way.
Oh, interesting. When I went to sidechain matching and we are silent. Oh, maybe the outputs don't work? Oh, I don't know. No, the send is there. No, that's something, yeah, I don't know. The
Sounds
sub is
awesome.
very loud. I think I'm gonna turn the sub just in the patch. Also, maybe it would be best to separate it out to a completely different track. Yeah, maybe I'll just duplicate this.
Yeah, I've had good success EQing the carrier, as I'm going to call it, where it's basically a vocoder at this point. So I've had good success EQing the carrier a lot.
It's just like like a vocoder with, 20,000 bands. It's crazy. I wonder if there is I'm not sure if some of the controls, I don't know what the window overlap is, but probably should be bin overlap. But I guess it would make sense to have some kind of smoothing along the frequency spectrum so that you can be less selective, so that you're not just cutting out individual partials, but something around them as well to act more coarsely. Rob Vandenberg says, I don't know, is every compressor about like -40 decibels basically a limiter? The definition of a limiter is a compressor with a ratio of 1 to 10. And then if you go to 1 to 20 and above, it's considered a brick wall limiter. The silly thing in this definition is that it doesn't seem to include anything about attack and release, which are kind of very important. So I don't know. But no, it's not about the gain reduction. It's more about the ratio and the speed of it. Because a limiter is about not letting things through. So it should be more strict about keeping things under the threshold. What was I doing? Oh, I was duplicating this. Okay, so on the bass, I'm gonna call this bass sub. Here, I'm gonna add a high pass, just a stock Ardor filter, just disable the low pass, make the high pass steeper, and yeah, just do it the crude way. It sounds mono. Why? It shouldn't sound mono. What the hell? Something isn't stereo.
Check the send on the sends end.
What does
those look like?
Yeah, what the?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason, things land below my main window. Yeah, I'm taking left and right. Oh, because no, out audio in 1, audio in 2. Yeah, so this is left and right channels. For some reason, it acts like it's not. Let's reassign that. Let's see. No, still mono. Yeah, it doesn't have any effects. It's.
I'm wondering if those two. I'm wondering if those two send knobs. I guess look on the sources send. It might be easier to see.
Crashed it. Woo! Doing great.
Wow, this is pretty extreme.
I don't remember when was the last time I had so many crashes on stream.
Blame Robert's plugins.
Not that I'm not having this amount of crashes every single day I'm living, but on stream I usually have a little bit less. Transwolfie says, successful crash. Sorry. No need to be sorry. That's the truth. Okay, so we don't have stereo sound for some reason. So it is also possible that no, we are sending out stereo I don't think we're affecting it here. Nope. Yeah, something is just messed up. I don't know, we're having weird issues all around. Now let's do a low pass here. That will isolate the sub-oscillator. Or
hefty.
yeah, now we can control this. We can also disable the spectral compressor on this just to be a little bit more stable. Yeah, I think that's gonna do. And here we can do some more extra crazy things, like apply some saturation with Wolf Shaper, which has had a new release recently. I'm not sure if much has changed in it, but yeah, let's see. Is oversampling, does this drop down work? No. Is anything gonna work today?
Should we just start streaming my desktop?
I wonder if the drop down menu is appearing beneath the window. I don't know.
I think you can click and drag. Like drag up and down to change it.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Okay, let's go ×2. I don't know if it used to be broken, so yeah, also we don't have
we just clipped the output. Have we got what's on the master? I think I put a limiter on the master.
Yeah, you have X42 DPL. I think I'm gonna
interesting.
Yeah, the problem is the spectral compressor is introducing 170 milliseconds of latency. We can reduce the... Okay, what happened now? Why is it?
I guess the window size has messed it up. I've noticed it makes a huge difference what window size you use.
Yeah. I think what is possible is that this clips so hard that everything becomes a sub bass and it gets cut off. I don't know. No. All right, I'm gonna high pass it a little bit more. So the problem is we don't have automatic latency compensation. I don't know if we have any latency compensation. Maybe I can manually...
you're using Pipewire, aren't you?
Yes, I'm using Pipewire, and that's a downside of Pipewire.
There is the LSP latency compensation plugin.
Yeah, but it means I need to manually delay every single track, which isn't gonna cut it. So I'm just not gonna bother. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work at all. I'm not sure if it's gonna mesh right with the chords when they go alone.
Oh, you have the blip unmuted.
Yes. I think I would maybe mute the chords and just use them as a sidechain trigger.
That's what I did, yeah.
Because I don't like, they aren't really readable because we're not using them. We are cutting off the chord partials. Oh, Robert van der Helm, the author of Spectral Compressor, is here. And he says, you have the DC filter enabled. That filters out sub-bass for most reasonable window sizes. Yeah, but it seems to be... like, if I disable the high pass... it's making a difference, but it's not really getting rid of the sub bass, and I wouldn't expect it to. It's not a high pass filter, it's a DC filter, so that should cut off things only below 20 hertz, I guess, which is considered non-audible.
Tell that to my subwoofer, it goes down to 15.
Maybe let's add a little bit of reverb. Dragonfly have had a new release some time ago. Maybe it's... give it a shot. Early reflections. Oh, I need to enable the... What about the Wolf Shaper? It seems like it could work after the high pass. Yeah, this becomes a bit painful, so I can use deep bass to reduce the high frequencies. Let's solo it. I think I also need to make this. I think I'm going to bypass this high pass filter, bypass the high pass, but I'm just going to disable the sub bass in this instance. I'm going to switch the mode to single again. Okay, what the hell? Did I do it on the wrong instance? No. I guess I have plenty of sub in the main part of the synth still. I'm just gonna up the high pass then. I think we do need a compressor, a traditional compressor after the spectral compressor, and I'm gonna put it after the reverb as well, because we have quite a lot of swelling up and down.
Maybe a bit of release on the synth itself.
Could you repeat?
It's got that click when it... Oh, maybe a bit of release, maybe some attack on the synth itself. It's got that click when it comes in.
Yeah, I don't know why it's that, but I suspect it's happening because of a delay with the sidechain processing.
Oh yeah, that could be.
Because of lack of latency compensation, so I think the click is that thing. Okay, now if we hear this together with the sub. Robert van der Helm says, ATC filter is a high-pass filter. Yeah, I know, but it's not meant to affect audible frequencies. And he says, in this case, it zeroes all frequency bins at or below 20 Hertz. And at the window size of 512 and the sample rate of 480 Hertz, 48 kilohertz, you're filtering out everything below 93 Hertz. Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Well, it's definitely not
It
doing
doesn't...
that.
Yeah, it's like... That's... I understand what you're saying,
you.
but... I don't see that happening. Let's open Spectacle and see what frequency content we have there. And... This is off. This is on. We still have stuff around 60, 70 hertz.
That sounds
so
lower,
sure.
But yeah, definitely.
So I'm at window size of 4K, so maybe at this 512. Yeah, but at this window, it's kind of seems like everything is gone.
So that's where the click comes from, though.
Huh, I don't know. The window size is affecting the sound.
Oh, he says, yeah,
Very
it's 22 hertz at 4096.
Okay, so the larger the... Ah, right, because... Yeah, because this is dependent on the spectral resolution. So the lower the spectral resolution, the more we're cutting off with the DC filter, right? I wonder if it would make sense to make the window size, like, it's possible to change the window size to things that aren't a power of 2, because it has a huge effect on the sound, and that could give more creative freedom in using the plugin. I don't know if it is even possible or makes sense from the DSP standpoint, but that's just a thought. Okay, let's see. This is super quiet. I'm gonna...
At this point, I'd just use a DPL to get rid of the transient.
Yeah. Pretty much just making a limiter out of that.
Says the downward threshold's at negative 88 dB. That's probably why it's so clicky with a ratio of 500 to 1. That seems logical.
Right, because that's the offset of the threshold. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what this plugin does. Okay. Interesting. Let's see how does it work with the drums. Oh, it doesn't. We have no sound. Let's see why that is. I think this is because... No. Oh, because our MIDI assignments are gone. So we do need to remap our MIDI. I wonder if that's a usual thing. I think that's a problem with the preset, or our data got lost.
Yeah, I think probably the data got lost.
I
could probably reload the preset.
That's pretty unusable. No, if I load the preset, it has 57 everywhere.
It works for me.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't change anything. I just used it.
Let's note 24. Let's note 26. And then hi-hat. Note 40. No, not note 30. So the basics of this are... Okay, the bass is quite loud, clearly too loud.
Send it to the sidechain.
All right. Send it to the sidechain. A silly thing with working with multiple monitors is that the drop-down menu opens up and hides up below, because I have monitor space on a different monitor that reaches below, but not on this one. Sidechain. Okay. Let's try. Because I changed the sidechain as well to make it more oh no. I touched an LSP plugin. Okay, no, it didn't crash. I'm expecting the worst today. Okay. Save. I just pressed Control S. Oh, it did
There it
save.
is.
Nice. But I don't know if... Actually, I want to try because, okay, we've been crashing. What if I just close... Oh no, it's gonna show up as a crash. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Don't want to have the counter, you know, show the wrong number, and I don't want to reset it either. So I'm not gonna do it. But I wonder if the MIDI numbers are going to get lost when I reload the session normally without a crash. I think that something is not particularly bulletproof in there. Okay. Martin. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Martin says, I just fell asleep on the couch watching this. Oh, nice. Now, we have a multi-sampler which has just a single stereo output. And that is a problem because we can't we can't... John, maybe you want to turn up your gate again.
Oh, it's making... Let me see. Do I even have a gate?
I don't
it's
know.
at the default settings. Because I closed everything.
Yeah, because I can hear you breathe.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Martine. Okay, Martine. So what we can do is either use a multi-band compressor, but that crashed Ardor, or we can use a ZA
I love ZAM multi-comp.
Comp X2, which means it's
Yeah.
a stereo one. This is another multi-band compressor, which is 3 bands, not 8, but still pretty nice. Let's see what we can do with the drums on it, or with it on the drums. Oh. Okay, didn't crash. So that's bypassed.
Is there dry wet? No, I don't think so.
No. But I can just back off the ratios. I'm cutting off the snare really fast. Okay, that's a bit more subtle. I think I could spend an hour just tweaking this. It's hard to balance it with, you know, just a stereo mix, but we can duplicate the track and then just filter out the notes we're sending to have a separated kick, snare, and hats.
We could also, you could also probably just save this, like export it as a preset and import it into the X12 multi-out.
I tried, but it didn't work.
Ah.
I did save the preset from LSP, did this. You can probably even... Yep. I saved it here and loaded it in the direct out version, and it didn't load anything. So I think either it checks like which plugin it's supposed to be a preset for, and it doesn't load it if it's a different plugin, or I don't know. It would be great to be able to move it between the plugins, because it seems like, you know, the data is pretty much the same. It's just a different plugin which differently treats the data.
Yeah.
And outputs all of the channels separately instead of a stereo mix, which would be really useful, because then we could just mix this, you know, on separated tracks, and yeah, it would be much nicer sounding as well. There is some...
I was seeing if I could figure it out on my end, but I don't think so.
There's some... I would like to... I don't know. Maybe I will use the Calf EQ, because it has a very nice thing, which is unique. I mean, I'm gonna check if it loads, because maybe it won't even load in Ardor, because the UI... Oh no, it does. Will the graph show? Okay, the graph even works. Wow, that's amazing. So the cool thing that Calf EQ has that I didn't see anywhere else is that you can enable a filter on left, right, mid, or side channel. So I can turn down a particular band of frequencies just in the right channel, for example, which is just what I want to do, because the hi-hats are in the right channel very loud and not so in the left one. So I'm gonna try and correct that. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it up in the left channel with a different filter.
Yeah, this is neat. You can do this in LSP with a couple different versions of it, but there's like a dedicated mid-side and a dedicated left-right.
Yeah, you have a separate EQ plugin that works on left-right separately, or works on mid-side. And this is also nice for, you know, monoing your lows, because you can just use a high pass on the side channel, which is what I used to do.
Well, that EQ makes the snare really present in the left. That's interesting.
Oh.
Not the high pass, just the... Because you have that band you never moved.
Maybe I shouldn't amplify the left channel at all. Is that better?
I mean, it depends what you want to do.
I wanted to balance it out a little bit. Maybe I should do just this. I'm gonna enable the slow shelf on the mid channel alone, and now I can use it to try and bring back the energy of the kick, which is lost because of the high pass.
Or yeah, Logos is in chat. Logos actually just mentioned to me the other day that he wish LSP did this. It's funny.
Yeah,
The multiple.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a totally different approach. So I think I prefer the one that Calf takes because we have LSP parametric EQ. So we have a left, right, mid, side, mono, and stereo.
This is actually the Amen programmed into the Air Windows kit, which works great for breakbeats. This sounds pretty excellent already.
Is this an amen break? Yeah, okay. I didn't see you replying to chat.
Yes, I should read chat messages for those listening.
Because, you know, if we're like someone watches without the chat playback, or we mirror this to PeerTube or something, then the chat is lost. And
yeah, exactly.
yeah, so I wish there was a mono version and a stereo version, and the stereo would have mid, side, and left, right modes in it. So we could just change it per filter. So maybe that would be quite crazy because the parametric equalizer already has a lot of controls, and that would add to the confusion. So I don't know, maybe it's better when it's separated like that. So it's, yeah, you need to just, you know, add an instance to just operate on left, right, or mid, side. So we might have 3 instances of the EQ when you could just do it with one of Calf EQ. I don't know if Calf EQ does any bad things to the sound like this, because there are some people have issues with the phasing of multiband processing with Calf, that it kind of smears phases. I'm not sure I can hear it very well, or maybe it just doesn't matter for the kinds of music I make, which is all about messing things up in interesting ways. But
yeah, it probably just uses some typical... The typical bands for EQs and filters are fine as long as you aren't trying to mix them. So if you like have 2 filters in parallel and then you mix them back together, then it can sound weird, which is, I think, where the phasing issues come from. But if you just use one band EQ, the type of phase is usually pretty irrelevant. Like how much phasing it does is usually pretty irrelevant. It can matter, but the default settings for most EQs don't have any phase correction. And when you do the linear phase EQing, it causes pre-ringing on transients.
Yeah, so it's not very good for drums.
Yeah.
I mean, it may be completely inaudible if you don't do super narrow cuts and super narrow boosts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting that the linear phase EQ is something that was missing from the open source audio toolkit for a long time. But it also it's something that's good to have, but it also has its drawbacks. So for some things, it's like the only way to do something.
Yeah.
Because you can mix the signals together, like do dry wet, and like then mix them back together without any phasing issues, which you can't do with the regular minimum phase EQ like this one, because you'll just have weird phasing. Rob Vandenberg says, so no kick synth today? Come on. Okay, we can do it. We can reinforce our kick with a little bit of Geon kick, maybe. Because that's the fastest one I know. Kick extra. Can't have a unfa live stream without a synthesized kick, I say. I guess.
Yeah, whenever I use sampled breaks, which I don't usually do nowadays, but back when I used to, I would always make a kick and snare sublayer to put underneath it so that it actually hits on systems. Because if you take a sample drum break and you pitch it all over the place, lots of things can happen to the subs.
Yeah. We could actually use a pitch shifter on this acoustic drum kit and see what happens. I think Robert van den Helm has made a pitch shifter and it's called Puberty Simulator. I don't know why, but it's called that. And maybe it's unique. Let's see.
Up the dreaded window size control.
Yep.
This might be a cool layer.
Yeah, this could be very nice for... we need... yeah, we could... This could be nice. It sounds like it would fit right in oops for like some momentary effects.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can bypass this with automation.
Robert says it's the best worst pitch shifter. Works worst, I mean best on vocals.
Works great. It reminds me of MA pitch shifter, which also has a window size control, and it can be also sound extremely bad, which I love.
Yeah. Bad sounds are the best.
As you can see, it's in my favorites. So this is MA pitch shift. I'm gonna mute Puberty Simulator for a while.
Have you noticed that since about 2010, heavy electronic music has been a competition for who can make the strangest sound and fit it in a song?
Yeah, MA pitch shift also has a dry wet control, which is interesting because we can have this, as a layer. I wonder what does the mode do? I don't hear any difference when I activate that. Oh, another thing we could do is use deopser, or whatever it should be pronounced. Deopser is another plugin from the Not Invented Here suite by Robert van der Helm, and it is an extreme all-pass filter, or... Wait, why does it... Oh, because MA pitch shift. Okay, I'm just gonna enable... What? We have an... Oh. We have strict I/O and still... Ardor lets MA pitch shift give us more outputs. How?
It made 2 instances.
Yeah.
Because it's a mono.
It has a mono input. But
that's funny.
Yeah, why did it... It even has strict I/O enabled, so it shouldn't allow more outputs than inputs or any different number. That's weird. Yeah, so now deopser is can make our kick sound synthesized even though it's not. This is actually really cool. When it's subtle, you don't even hear that it's there, but it makes the kick punchy.
Is it doing something to the stereo image of the kick?
Could be. There's safe mode, which is enabled by default. If we disable it, the filter stages can go up to 512. Let's see what happens. Are we gonna die?
This is excellent. great lasers.
This is Laser Maker 2000.
Our drum beat is now lasers.
Oh, all your drum beat are laser.
Oh man, good
Are now
plugins,
laser.
Robert.
Yes, thank you, Robert, for this amazing plugin. Automation precision. What is that? Oh, we can automate that. Wow, it just wants us to automate it. I wonder what it will do in a voice. Let me make a vocal track for this. I'm going to record something. Maybe bypass it for a moment. I'll mute myself in OBS.
Yeah, I know. I was. So far off, it lines up again. Oh, I think you're still muted to the chat.
Oh, snap. I didn't unmute myself. Okay, thanks for... thank you, chat, for letting us know. Thanks, John, for noticing. I'm back. So, I said I was surprised that I'm in time, because I have quite a lot of delay because of a large buffer size for audio processing to avoid X-runs or clicks and dropouts with high CPU load, like, streaming and stuff. And I'm very surprised that I'm just right on time. And, this is amazing. I'm almost exactly on grid. I just like this, and it's just perfect.
Oh yeah, so Robert, I'm assuming that it's impossible to reduce this latency on these any further, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd imagine it is, but...
Break the beat, 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 break.
We're in boring mode. There we go.
Break the beat, 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 break the beat,
And then
break the beat.
we could we mix this with the inverted signal and get
Break the beat.
just this laser noise?
Beat. Break the beat. The beat. Break 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 the beat. Beat. Break the beat. Break the beat.
I think that's perfect. You know what? We need to use this one, because
There we
Robert said it works best. I mean, worst. Worse, I mean best. What even is that sound? I feel like Noisia is channeled here. Like,
go. Yeah,
what the hell, man?
Can we take another frequency shifter and drop this like 2 octaves?
Oh, yeah. Is it pitching it up? We're in mono. Maybe we can disable strict I/O to have it stereo. Oh wow, your pitch shifter isn't messing up stereo image. Amazing. That is something new. Huh. Maybe we can use Spectral compressor on this to even...
Oh yeah, compress it, sidechain it with the bass noise.
Yeah. Oh man.
That'll only introduce tons of
Bass.
latency.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it totally is doing. I think I see why the other one's mono and not stereo with how
Why?
Outdoors routing. I think the way you're choosing it, if you pull back up that routing menu,
Yeah.
see how it has the 2 sends underneath it? I think that's left and right on the one channel. So it's sending full right signal and no left signal. So now
I
it
think
should...
this is panning of the left and right, because you see we have a default, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. There is no tooltip that says what this is. Also, what is that?
I think that's the that's why, because it's only coming in through one of the two. So I think that it's sending the stereo signal to the top one.
Maybe that will give us stereo. I don't know. Let's try.
Logo says it's phase invert. Who
We're
knows?
doing, oh, sidechain. Maybe we can match it, so that's a vocoder then. Oh, but we're... Oh, now
it's
we're in
only my
stereo.
left.
Yeah.
Yes, because there's no input on the second one. So I think... Yeah, let me show you how I do these routings. If you... Instead of
I
using
can-
the full mixer... Yeah, because this is definitely mono. So I usually just use a send. Because you can right-click anywhere in a mixer track and then create a send. And then there's a routing options for the send. You can choose side chains.
Do you want to
That's
grab
not
my
that
mouse
important right now.
and do it?
I could not connect to your Rust desk. Can you restart it?
Oh. I will.
Yeah, because then I can show.
Give it a try, and I will mess around with this.
Yeah, it's still not connecting on Rust desk, so I'm not sure.
Yep.
There it goes. Yeah, did the Rust desk number change or something? Because it just won't connect on my end.
It ends with 686.
All right, so it's still the same. Weird.
I guess my network is just, I changed ISPs, so maybe it's blocking some ports. I don't know.
That could be.
Everything is possible. So we're at 7. 7 sweet crashes. See if we can go higher. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just walk you through the send for 2 seconds. Go to where you want to send from, the track that you're trying to send audio from to another.
Okay,
and then wherever you want to send it from, right click. And
wait. Ah, okay, right. Actually, I would like to do it before the spectral compressor.
And then just do new external send.
Okay.
And then go to side chains on the right. And now if you route left and right, it'll show up at those 2 channels.
SC audio 1. Yeah, this is audio 1. Oh man, that's interesting. That's kind of reverse to what I always do. I'm gonna call this vocal, but it seems to make much more sense.
And
So
now
now
if you go to
these
the routing,
2. Yeah, this should now.
Seems like the first one is still sending the monoed version. If you go back to the other track, I think it's still got, what's the word I'm looking for? Back to the bass. It's at the bottom, it's got a send. I believe that's the yellow one at the bottom. I believe that's where it's coming into it from. So you can delete that.
I think that's, wait.
Because that's going also to the vocal, if I understand right.
Oh, right, so
think
that's
that's
the old one.
Yeah, that's what's creating.
On a crash.
Uh,
Never double click on a send, kids, remember.
Yeah, I think this is a pipe wire issue.
Could be. You know, it could be a weather issue, it could be a language barrier, I don't know. Maybe it hears my accent and says
Our door is American software. We only let American accents use it.
yeah, I think it's time we slowly move towards music submissions. We don't have full 30 minutes of material, but we still can take a bit more time to just talk about it. Maybe we can manage to do something.
Oh, he's that skill issue.
It's a skill issue, yes.
Yes.
I'm just using it wrong.
That's
I
the
just
problem.
don't
You have
know
to
how
install
to
Gentoo.
click. Yeah.
Our door knows you haven't installed Gentoo. I think you want sidechain matching.
I don't know. It's kind of interesting, I would need to use an EQ just to correct this, because there is a lot of X42 EQ. There's a lot of high frequencies, not enough mids. Also, maybe I'm going to use the deobser after spectral compressor and see. Yeah. You can also use something like Calf Pulsator to make it pan from left to right, like this. Only faster. I said faster. the upser. Yeah, and we do need I think we need a compressor after that. Just one more compressor, you know. Sweet. What does it sound like? Ah, we're not having audio output from LSP, and I think it's what I think it is, which is all of the MIDI notes are back to nothing.
Yeah, I wonder if the project will open right for me.
I don't know. Yeah, this is a very not nice. I mean, typing in a bunch of numbers every time you load a project, that's no go. It can't work like that, 26. Okay. I'm just gonna do this real quick. I think this one was 30. We didn't synthesize a kick. Damn it. Quick. Whoa, that was crazy. Quick, we need a kick. How quick can I make a kick? Okay, let's go. Sorry, that was too loud. There we go. Oh, it needs an EQ.
So I think the drums are panned left.
Oh.
Not sure why.
But hard left?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe my right ear just went deaf.
No, they are panned left. You're right. This is coming together, you know? This track is starting to make some... Oh, maybe we can make this shorter. Just to... like... make this very short. Accentuate. Just... Oh no. Where is my body of the kick? Where is it? There it is. Yeah. Come on. Yes. Right. The sync broke. Hey, that's interesting. I'm gonna save this as an archive. And no compression, man. You need raw. Oh no, 24-bit is gonna be okay. It's no clipping.
You know, why does Paul want to get rid of all my dynamics? Dang it, Paul.
Yeah. All right. Oh, hey, I think this sounds pretty cool. I think we would need to synthesize a snare as well to reinforce the snare, because the kick is like dominating the mix. Hey, we didn't reach double digits. Look, we were close.
We're almost there.
We're just 2 crashes away from double digits. Oh man.
Yeah, I think having a bit of a project prepared went well, though.
Oh. Yeah, we managed. We survived. All right. We're going to now switch to the... we're going to go to the music submission part of the stream. And that means, why did the tab close? Oh, that's okay. It's there. All right. Okay. Just me. So this live stream, when I'm gonna stop it, you're going to be redirected to the next live stream, which is only for the viewer submission, for the viewer music submissions. And this is to separate the two so that if there's any copyright claims or something, it's not gonna affect the educational / we talky, screwy around, crashy thingy, and just affect the music submissions, which is cool. Right, and I think it's a good time to also take a little bit of a break because we've been sitting in here for almost 2 hours. I'm gonna go and drink some water, I think. So I'm going to stop the stream and start it again in the next stream. And if you don't know where the next stream is and YouTube doesn't redirect you, you can find the link in the video description, in the live stream description on YouTube, right on the top of the description. And also, if you're watching this after the fact, and this is, VOD, then you will find the link there as well. Yep. Thanks to everyone for joining this live stream, and we'll see you in the next one, which is in a few minutes. See you soon.